Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing another creator sim, but it's more creative fashion. So we are using one of my sims, Pacey Howard. She is a university student that is studying fashion design, something which I actually did at university myself. So we are going to be going through all of the decades. So to start with, we are doing the 40s. So in the 40s inspired outfit, I wanted to sort of stick with the traditional sort of hourglass shape, so it's sort of like nipped in at the waist and below knee. Also want to give it a sort of like 40s wartime era, so that's why I sort of stuck with more muted tones, as I know during the war dye probably wasn't available as much as it is now, so they would have had to have stuck to more like khaki tones. For the hair as well, I wanted to give her that sort of 40s glamour, so in the style of say like Betty Davis, including like the bold red lipstick and everything. I also feel she has a sort of explorer vibe, so say if she was like going to Egypt to explore Tutankhamun's tomb, like it's got that whole sort of mummy vibes from the film. Anyway, on to the 50s. So for the 50s, I wanted to sort of bring the skirt up a little bit more and give it a more of like a poodle sort of skirt look, but I couldn't really find many outfits that sort of suited that style. So what I did is I went for that traditional sort of American 50s diner style look, and I just want to give her hair that sort of like bit more like sort of Brigitte Bardot. I think she may have been 60s though, but I just wanted to give her that more sort of like that traditional sort of 50s waitress sort of look. It's very stereotypical, but I thought that it suited the 50s look very well. I then added my favourite swimsuit in the game, that polka dot one. It just has so many like sort of 50s vibes with that sort of like high waist. And yeah, so on to one of my favourite decades, which is the 60s. I wanted to create a very much a London sort of look, so I went with the whole Twiggy vibe, so that very sort of like waif-like look with the pixie haircut, the tiny little mini dress, and I just think she looks super cute in this outfit. I also started to play around with the makeup a little bit more. I wanted to make her eyes look a lot bigger, and I just think this whole vibe for the 60s decade turned out really well. On to the 70s now. I gave her two looks for this decade. For her first look, I wanted to give her a slightly more masculine look with the whole like turtleneck and the trousers that are obviously going to have to be flares. This was sort of the time of sort of like people's rights and like feminism. So yeah, I just wanted to give her a bit more of like a masculine look, as well as sort of stick to those traditional sort of brown tones and mustard colour tones that you'll see a lot during the 70s. With her hair as well, I just wanted to braid in just to be a bit more hippie-like. Now, speaking of hippies, for her second outfit, I went for the whole like long dress and just sort of like repurposed sort of outfit. I think that this outfit would look pretty good in the eco lifestyle pack, to be fair with you. And on to the 80s. So this was such a fun outfit to do. I think I ended up doing 3 outfits for this. So for the first outfit, I had to go for the sort of power sort of look, very much Malibu, I'm imagining, like in the 80s, and the big hair. Like, she has the biggest hair you will see. Like, the 80s was just all about the perms. Like, the bigger the hair, the better. I loved it. On her second outfit, I wanted to give her that sort of powerful businesswoman look. Like, the 80s was all about money, materialism, and sort of spending. So I wanted to give her that proper business look with like the massive shoulder pads that you have. And for her final look, I went for that more sort of Saved by the Bell look. I'm sort of imagining like Kelly and Jessie from Saved by the Bell, where they've got like their big hair and just their more sort of like comfortable clothes. And the university expansion pack was the perfect pack to use for the 80s. There's so many sort of 80s inspired clothes from there that it was really hard to choose just one thing for this. And on to the decade that most people would have been alive during, which is the 90s. And I don't know if it was a lot different in America compared to the UK, but in the UK there was a lot of this sort of heroin chic. So it was very simple, sort of just white t-shirts and just like your denim jeans and just hair sort of slicked back. The whole plucking your eyebrows as well was a massive thing. So a lot of people had very thin eyebrows. So I had to include that. And that more metallic-y sort of lipstick. So I just sort of went for three sort of vibes that I felt like a lot of people would have had, at least in the UK during the 90s, in sort of the magazines. For the final look of the 90s, I had to go for a bit of double denim. I feel like there was a lot of grunge in the 90s, so I just thought going for the double denim, bit of like double plaid as well, with the sort of a more masculine vibe again. I've just thought that was a very 90s sort of theme. And onto the 2000s. At this point I was like, people will know what the 2000s like, so I just went for the whole Paris Hilton look. Yeah, there wasn't really much to say about the 2000s. I just feel like the whole Paris Hilton Juicy Couture look was very big in the early 2000s, which I wanted to stick to. So I basically just tried to recreate like a mix of Paris Hilton and sort of Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan from like the early 2000s as that outfit. And then on to the decade which has just gone, which was a great decade, a lot better than the one we're in now, for obvious reasons. The teens, the 20 teens. So for this, I focused a bit more on the hair. There was a lot more sort of like shadow roots on hair and beach wavy hair. To be fair, with all the outfits that I chose for the 2010s, I just wanted to create something that was eclectic. I feel in the 2010s, a lot more people were sort of looking back on fashions that have been done before, and a lot more people have personal styles and sort of don't worry about following trends anymore. And I just wanted this final one to just be like, to just show that anyone has their own style and that you can really wear like what you want now. Like, people don't really get like judged, and yeah, I just feel like everyone can just be themselves. And I feel like this is a little bit of a ramble now, but yeah, I just wanted like the final one to just sort of say like, you do you. And I feel like that is what the 2010s was, and I think like that's what the 2020s are going to be too. And I'm going to leave it there because I don't know what I'm on about that. Before I go, if you have made it this far, I just want to say that I am going to be starting a new series soon, which is why I haven't posted much recently, but it's going to be super awesome and I'm super excited to share it with you all. It's going to be interactive and there's also going to be prizes, and I am so stoked to start it. There will be more information over on my Twitter page for you to enter, because it is like a competition. But yeah, anyway, I will leave it there and I will see all you beautiful, amazing people next time. Take care. Bye.